Hello everyone, good morning. Another video here. I had some emails that have asked, how do I get remedy in remedy? And remedy comes with time, and remedy comes with knowledge. The more knowledge you have about these things and you understand these things, then you learn what to do. So I am going to share this document. That is probably the most important one I've studied because it's very complete and it's about private banking. And you have a private capacity and a public. Your public and private. What is your public? It's your birth certificate, your social security, your driver's license, um, your car that you have given it away. Well, you have, I mean, it's a little bit kind of just don't even want to talk about it. But this document right here is very complete. After I studied this one, I really began to understand. So please, I'll have this document in my Google Drive for all of you to look at and study. And after you have studied all these things, then you can act. And then, so when people ask me, show me, there was a guy in the comments that will show me your results, your remedy. I'm telling you, it's about, yes, maybe one day I'll decide to show it, but one day I will. But I don't, I don't need to do it right now because my intentions with these videos is for you to learn and become free. And the power is in the private, okay? At the beginning of this process, I didn't understand that. But now, as of last year, I mean, the whole year of 2024, I begin to understand that the power is in the private, especially private banking. We need to understand what private banking is. We need to understand what trust law is. So trust with private banking, along with other things, like some of the IRS forms that you can have you have in your hand, you are going to file, but it's through the private capacity that you have. That's where the remedy comes, okay? And all the debts are dischargeable, are refundable, okay? So don't focus right now on remedy because you might make mistakes. So focus right now on learning, especially private banking, trust law, and all those things. And then you will see that it will come together. You will never stop learning. Learning is something that is, forever really. But then you have a grasp of what is, how do you fund your trust? How do you fund, because you have to remember the state made you yourself with the birth certificate and your social security. One is a trust, okay, and the other one it's state, okay. So you can, I mean, I know a lot of people are saying, how do you fund that trust? And then it is done through private banking, okay, through private banking. That's why it's very important to understand that. And this document is probably the most important one because it will explain a lot of things. So I'm going to just talk a little bit about this document. And of course, this is an old because right now it's John Snow Pack, that's the Secretary of the Treasury in 2006. I think he resigned in 2006. So this will not, I mean, let me see. I don't think this is a template. Uh, but you need to learn how to, write letters and all that so you can. So this is for a lot of remedies. If you read this and study this, it's a 43-page document. If you read this, it's probably the most important one. And you are in your journey, what do we call it, in your path, where you begin to understand private banking, trust law, and all that, this will make sense to you. This will make sense. It might not be, some people will not get it right away. But when you're in the path of awakening, and when you're in the path of freedom, God, the universe will bring everything to you at the right time. So don't worry. Don't worry about, if you have a good heart, don't worry about, what is a common, one remedy, I'm a remedy. No, no, no. You will begin to understand because the universe will bring it to you. Okay. Like it has done to me. So this document is still relevant, still good that we can use. And read it again, read it 1,000 times if you need to. Okay, so you understand because, okay, let me see what page is this one. This is page 24 of the 43 pages. So pretty much it's understanding the words, okay? What is a trustee? What is settler? What is all these definitions, right? And then once you understand the definitions and who you are in commerce, okay, so you will start sending all these documents out to get the remedy that you want in the private capacity of your private banking. Okay. So let's just go over this 4 packages right here, and then I'll go and show you something else. Okay, Jon Snow, this is not relevant, but you will find the Janet Yellen. It's the Secretary of the Treasury right now, so you will have to change that. So you will send a letter, copy of private check in Secretary of State. Okay, when I read this a while ago, I said, what check? What private check? What is a private check? At the beginning, you don't know what a private check is, but then you learn it. You will learn what a private check is. Okay. Okay, copy of the bill from debtor. Okay, that will be your bill, your electric bill, your mortgage, your car, and a copy of the UCC3. Okay, you will need to file a UCC1 in the public capacity, also a non-UCC in the private capacity, and then amendments with the UCC3. You're going to be adding. Here's this document is very complete. It will tell you how to do it. Okay, for all of you that are asking me, how do you do it? This is the document that I want to put out there. I'm going to put it on my drive so you guys can have it. Please study long, read it, understand it, and then start using it. Okay, so the first package goes to the Secretary of the Treasury. The second package of the debtor is not you. The debtor, you will learn that the debtor is not you. It is the company, the corporation. The UCC3 package, okay, original UCC, copy of the letter to Mr. Well, not now, change that. Copy of the private check and copy of the bill from the debtor. Your file, so be 1, 2, 3. So one goes to the Secretary of the Treasury, the other one goes to the company, and then this will be when you file, you will need to be have already a UCC one to do the amending of the UCC 3, okay? And then to the Secretary of the State, okay? And then for your files, always make copies. Okay, let's read a little bit, okay? I think I can highlight this a little bit. Okay, let's read a little bit. The reason you are sending to Janet Yellen, okay, the Secretary of the Treasury, change that, okay? The reason why you are sending to her a package by registered mail has to be registered mail, is to register the transaction or your exemption. This register number is issued by the Treasury, listen, by the Treasury, as this is considered part of the postage system, which is currency. We need to know the power. We need to know the power of the post office, okay? It's a bank. The post office is a bank, such as stamps, which is also issued by the Treasury. This same register number will be put on your check in your UCC3, and it is now registered in the National Registry. Send the package by certified mail to the debtor, as your check will now be considered certified funds. Certified funds. Okay, so it is a process, it is a remedy. I'm giving you remedy. I cannot give you step by step because um, I just I signed a non-disclosure agreement. So I can't, there's other people's processes, of course. It's not mine, but I'm trying to share as much as I can without giving a lot of details because, when you sign a non-disclosure, especially when I sign some of the non-disclosure agreements in common law, I mean, I can share it, but I don't want to because, I'm a sovereign, but not the kind of sovereign that you go in court and say, hey, I'm a sovereign. No, combative, no. So because I am sovereign and I sign a non-disclosure agreement in common law, I need to honor that, right? I need to honor that. So I'm just sharing information, okay? If somebody tells me, show me the check, show me the remedy, show me this, one day I will, but don't there was like several comments in other videos like, show me. I won't believe it until you show me. It's up to you. If you don't believe it, that's fine. Okay. But let those people that want to learn, you know, uh, don't need a proof right now because you're just learning, you see. If you're very advanced, well, good to, great for you, because that way you can teach me if you wanted to. But I want to read this. This is such a beautiful document, well written. Look at that. Private banking and practical course in miracles 8. You will know what that is very, very soon after you read it. Okay. This is your new beginning, a fresh look at the world and yourself rather than living and raging at the world. I don't know what that word is. Enraging at the world, it is often more empowering to look at yourself and how you meet the challenges this world presents. A new beginning is a practical course in miracles that is at once commercial, political, secular, social, spiritual. This is a practicum, not just talk and theory. This is a laboratory of ideas, attitudes, and practices that you can test in the world around you. Very good. So I wanted to read that, but I wanted to do, okay, I would learn the history of money and banking And that is actually the same system that has been in place for the last 6,000 years. I would recommend to read Modern Money Mechanic book. That is very insightful, very good. That was written by the Federal Reserve of Chicago, I believe. So read that one. Okay, this right here becomes very important when you have a mortgage right here. And I'm not going to read that because, you will have this document and you will, really study, not only read it. Okay, trustor, trustee, and then you can find yourself in those contracts that you have. Pull out the contract. If you have a mortgage, pull it out and have it in hand and read through it. And then with this knowledge and this context, you will see yourself, you will see the remedy right there in plain sight. Okay. So you will see it. Okay. Trustee, beneficiary, seller, what all these things was mortgage, what mortgages. Okay, let's read this. It's really important. A mortgage, more debt. Gauge, pledge, or bet. Oh, wow, very nice. The state pledge becomes dead or entirely lost by failure to pay an assignment or conveyance. You need to know what a conveyance and reconveyance. We'll see reconveyance later on. Of land or house, property, to a person as security for the payment of the debt due to him, and on the condition that if the money shall be paid according to contract, the grant shall be voided. Okay. Now, this will make sense. Right now, it doesn't make sense, but and if you put it all together, deed of trust, you need to know what the deed of trust is and who are you in that deed of trust. Grant or legal, what's description, all this, what is the title? Grantor's trust, what is, so I wanted to read, where is page 22, I think it is. Let me go down to page 22. So let me see. So I wanted to read something in page 22. So this document is very good. A lot of people are teaching on this and charging money to teach that. You might want to enroll in those classes, which is really, really good. I have a mentor that is very, very good, and it's not very expensive because there's some mentors that are just way too much money, and I understand they're making the money and stuff like that. That's fine, but I know I can do this faster. But anyway, I know I can do this too. And here I am talking. So okay. Now, instructions. So what I was gonna say, instruction for discharging public debt with a private check. Okay. Now you want to have this document. Yeah. You want to have this document because you're going to learn. If you really understand this document, you will know how to make a check, a private check. Okay. So, all right. So this, I want to show you this. The purpose. As a creditor, you are the creditor of the United States. You are the creditor. And all other corporations, private and public, you are own equity. Okay, this is what I wanted to read. Listen. This is your remedy. This is your remedy. Okay. You are owed equity and interest for the gold and all the property that you loaned. Okay, there's your remedy right there. Okay, then starting March 9th, 1933 to the date, there is no money. In order to start getting your equity back, you must notice your debtors. Notice, notice, notice. That is the name of the game of what you expect them to do and the consequences if they do not comply. This file contains all the documents you will need to perfect your claim. You have to perfect your claim. You have to perfect your claim, okay? And take back your equity. So it's about private banking, trust, perfecting your claim, and take back your equity. That's pretty much where remedy is to me. Okay, you will learn with this document, um, about private checking. You will learn about statement of account, the letters. It is not a template. So don't think it's going to erase and then put your name. No, it's not a template, but it has all the information. You just want to learn how to write letters and just, can follow. I think you pasted, you can copy and paste some of the areas. So conditional acceptance. I have a conditional acceptance. There is a conditional acceptance in this document, but I have a conditional acceptance template but there's one here in my Google Drive. Notice of default. See, this is the remedy. Notice of default, notice of dishonor. So um, first, the first letter will be disputing the claim. Okay. And then notice of default, accept conditional acceptance. And then you send a conditional acceptance in the common law contract. You will do a contract, not with the doing business as entity, but with the man, with the person, right? That is behind the doing business as. Okay. So you will do a conditional acceptance. So conditional acceptance for value. Notice of default, then you will send us notice of default, notice of dishonor. Okay, then you're going to learn in this document how to do notary public, how to get the notary. There's a difference between notary public and public notary. Okay, Google it and you will see what the difference is. Okay. It would be great if you have a friend that is a notary public, okay? Not a public notary, okay? Notice of protest and opportunity to cure. See, when you buy a car, when you buy something, and then you don't pay your payments, this is what they do. They send you, they ask you for the payment month after month. After 4 months, they will start sending you these letters to you. You're gonna do the same to them, right? Notice of protest and opportunity to cure. Okay, that you get from a notary. Notary is very important. If you have a friend, or you can become a notary too. That way, you have it right there. Although, it's you can do it for others or have a friend, someone that can know these things when you're a notary. Certificate of dishonor. Okay, the certificate of dishonor from the notary, but you can also get it. Well, you need the notary to notarize, and then you can get it from the Secretary of State. Notice of substitution of trustee. Okay, notice of substitution of trustee. Okay, you will learn all that. So I want to help you out, and I want you to learn it. And once you understand how private banking is, then you will understand many things and start working on it. And it becomes how do I say, it becomes a lifestyle rather than a remedy. And then you will learn about arbitration. You want to be willing to even go, especially when it's a mortgage. You want to do arbitration, which is arbitration is equity. It's the same as equity, chancery, chancery and equity. That's what arbitration is. And then you will learn how not to be afraid of, courts and judges and all that. And then because they're just bank. If you look at, black law, Black's Law Dictionary, if you look up judge, it says banker. And if you look at court, bank. So, they're all in commerce. They're all in commerce. You learn about close accounts, okay? There's a lot of things out there. There's a lot of things out there that is saying, hey, about the close account, you need to read this document so you understand it and do it correctly. Do it correctly because there's a lot of things out there saying do this and do that with close accounts. Read it and understand it, why you can do it and do it correctly, okay? And I'm not talking about, like a lot of people are doing, like, paying things with your social security with 4 zeros in the front. No, don't do that. It will be reversed. It will reverse all those payments. They might go through, but they'll get reversed. So don't even mess with that, really. So I will just leave this video here. I also wanted to show you. So let's end with this again. Okay, very important. Let's read this again. So, repeat it, repeat. As a creditor of the United States and all other sub-corporation, private and public, you are owed equity and interest for the gold, okay, and all the property that you loaned loan them, okay, starting March 9, 1933 to date. There is no money. In order to start getting your equity back, you must notice your debtors of what you expected them to do and the consequences if they do not comply. This file contains all the documents you will need to perfect your claim and take back your equity. Okay, I want to say something. I'm going to do my disclaimer because, so this is for entertainment. I should always do it in the beginning, but this is for entertainment purposes only. This is not legal advice. I am not an attorney. So please understand that I'm not liable for anything or any process that you do, okay? So I wanted to read that. Something else that I wanted to say is that in your private capacity, like I'm going to repeat, in your private capacity is your power, okay? And I wanted to say that this process does not require status correction, but it's good to have. It's good to have a status correction. Okay, that's you know that's another thing. But if you're gonna try this processes without the status correction, at least do one. Okay, at least do one is the revocation of elections. That's a very simple process. Just fill out a form, send it. The revocation of elections. Okay. So learn it and do it, and you'll be like one step with the right foot in the private banking capacity. Okay. The revocation of election. A lot of people before, when I started this process, I didn't understand, oh, if I filed a revocation of elections, I'm not going to be able to send IRS forms. Yeah, you're not going to be able to send in that capacity, in your public capacity, right? Like the 1099s in your public capacity. But you are going to file forms to the IRS in your private capacity. So it would be just change from public to private, okay? And you need to understand that. And you need to understand this document, like I said, is going to explain a lot of things. All right, so I am just gonna leave it here. I don't want this video to be too long. If anything, let me know if you just want this document. Okay, if you just don't want to get into my Google Drive, that's fine. And just want this, just hit, I'm gonna put my Cash App here, and then just give me a donation, and I'll send it to you. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Have a great day.